back to the Flow with the Elements series. The theme of today's Vinyasa class is air. So I invite you today to embody those qualities that you associate with air, lightness, grace, whatever that is for you, and of course to make the breath really at the center of what we are doing, even more than usual. So really feel that buoyancy that the air gives you, and to invite in that prana, that energy that we get from the air. The air is the thing that keeps us alive first and foremost. So really embrace that prana, that energy that is coming in through the breath. So I'm going to focus a lot today on lightness, on balance, but we'll start in a child's pose. Just bow your head down, bring your forehead to the mat, and knees can be wide apart or close together. Just take that moment to fully enter your practice. Start to breathe smoothly in and smoothly out through the nose. Feel the breath filling the body each time you inhale. Feel the calm the exhale gives you. And now we'll look between the hands, float up to a tabletop position, and we'll just warm up the spine. Find a little bit of a lift in your lower belly, and then as you inhale, open up the chest for your cow, and exhale to round into a cat. Press the floor away. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round, press the floor away. A few more times, coordinating movement with breath. And then return to a neutral spine. Find that core awareness, and we'll move into our first balance. So with this balancing, rather than feeling heavy into the floor, feel like you are floating up away from it. Stretch your left arm and your right leg away. So left fingers point forwards, right toes point back. Make a straight line here. Inhale fully. Exhale, draw your elbow and your knee together. And we'll do that a couple of times. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. And again, lengthen, open up. And back to the middle. And then from here, bring your hands under the shoulders. Keep your right leg extended. And then lower the elbows back and down. Land on your chest, coming into a bit of a back bend. It's like our 3-point vinyasa, but with that leg extended. And then bring the right knee down to meet the left. So we're on the chin, the chest, and the knees. If you can't do this, just bring your belly down as well. And then we'll lift forward into a cobra position. Find that lightness. Feel the chest floating away from the earth. Take the weight out of your hands, and then as you exhale, press back to a child's pose. Nice. Deep breath in, exhale. Now as we inhale, float up to your tabletop again. Balance, stretch your left toes back and your right hand forward this time. Find that length, find the lift in your core muscles. Inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee draw together. a few more times with the breath, feeling that lightness floating through the movements. And one more. Lengthen it out. Hug it in. And then bring your right hand down as you extend the left leg back behind you. Maybe tuck the right toes. Inhale. And as you exhale, tip the chest and the chin to the mat. Kick your left foot high. Find your 3-point vinyasa with this left leg lifted. And then on an exhale, bring it down. Keeping your pelvis high as you gaze forward. As you inhale, lift into a cobra position. Squeeze through the upper back. And exhale, press back to child's pose. Nice. When you're ready, float forwards and bring yourself straight down to the mat. We'll warm up into the spine before a back bend. So as you inhale, spread your arms wide into a Y shape. Glue the tops of your feet down onto the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the fingers and look up. It's like a locust pose. We're on the belly. Upper back is strengthening to lift us. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Take a little rock of the hips from side to side. Take that break. And then we'll do that again. Stretch the arms out to your Y shape. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float. Like you're flying. Feet down on the ground. Eyes lift. Another inhale. Exhale, lower. Give your hips a wiggle from side to side. And when you're ready, press into tabletop. We'll take our tiger pose now that our core and our back is nicely warmed up. Reach back with your right arm. Engage through the left glute to lift the left leg high. And then see if you can reach right hand to left foot. If you can't, or it feels like you're only just touching with the fingers, stay here. If you can get a firm grip around that left foot, begin to kick the foot into the hand to lift you into a back bend, a shoulder stretch. Feel this teardrop shape being created. And engage your core here, so we're not just crunching into the lower back, we're finding this opening in the chest. Nice. And when you're ready, come out with control, stretch long. Release the hand, release the knee, and we'll switch to the other side. Left arm goes back, right glute engages to kick the foot towards the sky. And then we combine the hand and the foot and begin to kick. If you are able to hold the foot, and from there you can gaze up. If you can balance there. So rather than feeling so heavy, so intense, so gripping on so tightly, try to find that lightness, that ease, and then slowly come out. Back to your tabletop, tuck the toes under and find downward facing dog as you exhale. Feel the upper back strong, press the floor away from the shoulders, hips lifting high, bend the knees if you need to, and then you can just take a gentle walk out with the legs, bending one knee more and then the other, stretching out the backs of the legs. Find your breath in this stillness of the downward dog. If your heels don't reach the mat, that is okay. Breathing fully. And now gaze between the hands or slightly in front. Bring a smile to your lips. And then lightly lift your right foot a few inches up off the mat. If that's enough, stay there. If you can also lift the left hand a few inches, then you can do that, trying a balancing downward dog variation. If this is enough, stay here. Maybe just have one finger of the front of the lifted hand. Or if you want, try reaching back for your lifted foot with the opposite hand. You can also do that. And then come out with as much control as you can find. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh the air out. And then we'll try it on the other side. Lift your left toes a few inches. Lift your right hand a few inches if you can. Just find that balance, find the core strength, either staying there or maybe lifting your left knee high to reach back with the right fingers for that left foot. And if you wobble or fall, just try again, smile. It's not that serious. And then you can place the hand down, the foot down, and gaze between the hands, bend the knees, float forward to the top edge of the mat, or walk if you need to, and then land in that forward fold position. Bend the knees as much as feels good. Sway the body from side to side. Embodying lightness, embodying grace. And then slowly from here, roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Leaving the head till last, finding your standing position at the top of the mat. And then we'll step into some sun salutations. Bring your hands to heart center. Lift tall through the crown of the head. Feel here as though you are floating in space, light, easy, graceful. As you inhale, reach the hands out and up. Exhale, fold into the legs. Breathe in, take a halfway lift. And then we'll lower the fingers and step back on the right foot. Bring your right knee down. Inhale in the low lunge. And then plant the hands, step back to a plank position. Full breath in plank. Exhale, lower your knees, then your whole body or just the chest and chin if you can. From there, curl forward to cobra and look up. Exhale, press it back to downward dog. Full inhale, smooth exhale. Breathing in, reach into the right leg, lift it high, bring it forward, step it between the hands. Bring your left knee down. Gaze ahead of you, find the strength in the core, and then lift into a lifted low lunge. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Inhale here. Exhale, float back into a half split position, but sweep the arms behind you, keeping your balance, keeping that sense of lift in the chest. Inhale, stretch forward into your low lunge. Exhale, keep that balance and sweep the arms back into your half split position. Last one, inhale, come forward. Exhale, stretch it back. And sweep forward into the lunge. From there, just lower your fingers and step into your forward fold. Reach through the crown of the head, gaze forward, and inhale to rise up to standing. Exhale, lower hands to the heart. Full breath in. Smooth exhale. And we'll do that on the other side. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale and fold. Breathe into halfway lift. Lower the fingers, step back on the left foot. Bring your left knee down. Inhale in the lunge. Lower the hands, step back to plank. Full breath in here. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Breathe in, curl forward, cobra. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Take a nice full cycle of breath. With the lightness of the air, lift your left leg high. Bring it forward, step it between the hands. Lightness, quietness, ease through all of the movements. And then sweep the arms forward, find your lifted low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, control through the core to sweep the arms back. Keep that lift in the chest. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, move back. And again, stretch. And move back. From here, find Vinyasa, the lunge, and then lower the fingers. Step forward to the top edge of the mat. And from there, rise up, reach up. Exhale, lower hands to the heart. Full breath in. Smooth exhale. And we'll add in some new poses now. When you're ready, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, sit down into a chair position, Utkatasana. Find your breath here. Maybe see if you could lift one foot and then the other. Find your balance. From here, lower the hands. Step back into plank or float into chaturanga with bent elbows. As you inhale, meet up in upward facing dog on the tops of the feet. Open up the chest, lift the thighs, and then exhale, press back to downward dog. Full breath in, smooth breath out. As you inhale now, reach into the right leg. Bring it forward, step it between the hands, gaze ahead of you. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Feel that lift, that float. You can even lift the right heel and sink lower into the hips for a little bit more elevation. And then we'll place that right heel down and open up to warrior two. As you inhale, flip the palms, straighten the front leg, lift into this triangle variation, bringing the palms above you. Inhale, bend the knee, open up into warrior two with the palms lifted. Exhale, stretch up. And one more. Good. And then we'll turn towards that front foot. Step the back foot forward slightly so we're setting up for a pyramid position. Inhale to grow tall. And then as you exhale, hinge forward halfway down. If that's enough, stay there. Maybe grab some blocks and hold it here. Or you can bring the hands all the way down and fold over that front leg. Find your breath here. Breathe. Find steadiness. If you want to also bring in some more lightness and balance, you can stretch your arms back behind you. And then I will offer a balancing pose for you to try. This is like a fallen from flamingo position. So you're going to stretch the fingers back towards the back edge of the mat, thumbs outwards, and then find balance on your front foot as you step the back foot up. So balancing on that front leg and the fingers, feeling that stretch, and then trying to lean back into the hips as much as you can, finding that compression through your core and lifting your back heel towards your glute as much as you can. And then from there, we'll walk the hands forward and step that back leg up into a standing splits. So kick it as high as it can go. Either keep both hands on the blocks or on the mat, or you might like to try wrapping your right hand around the back of your right leg. And then step your left foot down to meet the right, fold into the legs. And from there you can rise up to standing, reach into the fingers. Exhale, lower, hands to the heart. Take a full cycle of breath to reset. And then we'll take that all on the other side. As you inhale, hands float up and out. And then as we exhale, sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe try lifting one foot and the other foot. Find that grace, lightness. And with your gaze, your drishti, where we sometimes with the eyes can drill into whatever we're looking at, try to find softness there. With your exhale, fold into the legs. Plant the hands, step back to plank or hop back to chaturanga with bent elbows. As you inhale, lift to upward dog. Find that sense of floating off the mat. And then exhale as you press back to downward dog. Full inhale, smooth exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg as high as it can go. Scoop it forward, step it between the hands, set up for crescent lunge. Float up when you found your balance, and maybe lift onto the ball of that front foot as well. With an exhale, open up that back foot, open the arms into a T shape, find warrior two. And then you can flip the palms. Inhale, lift into your funny triangle variation, and then sink back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. And one more. Nice. From here, set up for your pyramid pose. Turn the back foot forward so the hips square to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, find length in the spine, and as you exhale, hinge forward over that front leg, bringing the fingers down to the mat or to props if you have them or want them. Fold over that front leg just to start with. Soften into the stretch. And if you want to, you can elevate the arms back behind you, maybe interlace the hands. And from there, bring your fingertips to point back towards the back edge of the mat. Secure down into your left foot, and then float forward into this flamingo shape. Feel this incredible stretch through the back of the left leg, and this feeling of floating off the ground. Kick that right heel high into your glute, and then with your next exhale, bring the right foot down, walk your hands forward, and kick straight back up into a standing split position, however that looks for you. Standing leg can be slightly bent to protect the knee if you have any hypermobility, so we're not locking out that standing leg. Feel strong. Keep kicking that top leg high. Another breath in, and then exhale, release it down. Fold forward. Good. From here, we'll just heel toe the feet a little wider apart, turn the toes outwards, and sit down into Malasana, little yogi squat. Just open up the hips here. And when you feel ready, if you would like to take crow pose, we can do that now. If you prefer to just stay in the squat or even come down and do a butterfly pose with your knees open wide, you can also do that. Otherwise, if you would like to try crow or it's already in your practice, you can do that now. So we're taking the hands in front of us, feet come closer together again, and then we're lifting the knees high up on the backs of the arms. gazing forward and then lifting one toe as we tip the weight forward over the hands, and then lift the other foot. So just play with it, lift one toe, lift it as high to the glute as you can, and then the other one. Stay with your breath, come out with control. Try it a few times. You will find certain clothing works better than others. I seem to have worn a very slippery top today. When you've had a few goes, just take a rest. And we'll sit back into that little yogi squat position. In the air themed class, I just thought we had to have some bird poses. And then you can sit yourself down to the mat. And we'll take one more balancing position. So we'll go for a boat. And you can start just by leaning back, balancing on your heels or your tiptoes. If you feel strong here, engage through your core and lift your legs to bent knees. If you feel okay here, you can also try straightening the legs. You can try, if you feel balanced on your sit bones, you can hug one leg in and then hug the other leg in. Maybe hug both in. Stay in your boat, breathe. And then very gently and slowly lower to the floor to a low boat position, and then relax down to the mat. Take a full breath in and a smooth breath out. And then just to finish off with, open up that chest. We'll take a bridge position. So bring your heels right up to your glutes so you can tickle the heels. Ground down into the feet and then peel up to lift your spine up off the ground. You can either have the hands on the lower back or just stacked underneath you. Maybe interlace the fingers to open the chest a little more. And if you'd like to play with your balance here, you could try lifting one leg and then the other leg. If this feels enough, stay with the bridge, maybe playing with different positions. Or if you would like to transition into a full wheel, tuck the palms down under your shoulders and then press up into the hands. This is just an option if you want to take it. I think this wheel pose and the bridge can feel very floaty and buoyant. We're pressing the floor away, we're filling the front of the body with breath. And again, maybe play with your balance. Lift one foot, lift the other foot. Maybe even lift one hand and the other one. And then release onto the upper back when you're ready. Come slowly down. Give your knees a sway. And then we'll just wind ourselves down. Take the arms out to a T shape. Drop your legs over to the right side, either just keeping the knees stacked or wrapping one leg over the other for an eagle twist. And taking another full breath in here. As you exhale, unwind, come to the center, and then transition over the other way, either just stacking the knees or wrapping them around each other. And when you're ready, with an exhale, release into the center. Extend your legs out along the floor. And then bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. Take another full breath in and sigh the air out. And just let everything go. Feel with each inhale that you are becoming lighter. The air was filling you like a balloon with each breath in. Feel your body growing more and more weightless until you feel that you are just floating off the ground a couple of inches. And then allow yourself to stay in this floating feeling for a couple of minutes. I will bring you sweetly out, so just relax and give yourself this moment of peace. Now you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Turn your head gently from side to side. And if it feels good, stretch your whole body out along the floor. And then gently make your way over to one side. Rest on your side. And then gently press yourself up sideways to a seated position. And find a tall spine. Turn your palms upwards, inviting that fresh energy into the body. And let everything go one more time. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you're feeling a little more light and free in your body. Let me know if you're enjoying this Elements series and whatever else you would like to see next. Don't forget to subscribe. I post a new yoga class every week, and I hope you have the most beautiful day. I will see you soon. Bye.